Do you guys run into that at all? People getting too comfortable because there's home-like elements to the gym?
I love that. All right, I totally disagree with you. I think that this should be your third home. I tell everyone all the time, I built myself a clubhouse for me and all my friends, and you're now all my new friends.
That third place being home, work, and then my gym that's kind of like my home, that always scared me that I might not be able to walk away from it if it's my home. I'm the host. It's like inviting a bunch of friends over and then you're tired and you want to go to bed. You're like, God damn it, motherfuckers, go home.
What the fuck, though?
So came in my office today and had a gift from one of my coaches. She was actually one of my first clients. Leah, what's up? She is a manager over at Lululemon, and the people over there have been fucking awesome with. We've collabed with them on our release of Flex, which is one of our signature classes here, and some other stuff. Anyway, this is like sitting, and look at this thing. I don't know if you can see this. It's sitting on my desk, but it was sitting like this side up. I couldn't see the outline of the underwear. Look at this, like, look at the zipper. Like, I mean, obviously it's like Lululemon. These are gonna be fucking amazing. I haven't even tried them on yet. That'd be really weird if I fucking tried them on and then folded them back up just for this video, just so I can get that. This is branding. People are like, that's packaging. I'm like, that is packaging at the most superficial level. It is branding at the true level. Like, this is why someone would spend, this is $28 for one pair. You could probably get like 6 pairs of fucking underwear at a Target or whatever for $28. This is fucking incredible. And so one thing I love about Lululemon, I want to talk about this. They put it on every piece of clothing. Why we made this. They literally give the creation story of the product. They do it with all of their stuff. I'm a huge fan of their brand. I'm really a fan of what Chip Wilson created from a company culture perspective, if you've ever studied the history. So anytime I see stuff like this, I just stop and I take a moment to truly appreciate how amazing some companies are at creating brand. So when you're out there and you're being a consumer and you're interacting with Neff beanies or Lululemon or iPhones or whatever it may be, take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate the amount of branding work that went into those products and what brought you to the buying decision and the continued buying decision. If you are, like, I own probably 10 different colors of Neff. I own Apple everything. I don't even know how much money Lululemon I've spent. Like, just really and sit back and consume and digest it. And I guarantee you, you're gonna be able to take away something to utilize for your own business. Alrighty, so the other day on my CEO Collective call, which is a monthly conference call I do with all the micro gyms across the world I'm working with, we got into how to create the perfect one-liner. They found it really valuable. I figured you guys would as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. First thing you have to do is identify your customer's problem. I know this seems easy, but it is not. Most of us are going to come up with what we call the external problem. There's external, internal, and philosophical. What we really need to dive into is the internal issues that our potential customers are having. When we break it down, the external problem looks like this. We want to be fitter, look better naked, we want better health. These are all good things. But the real fucking thing, the things that are really on the internal, the reason people buy, are things because they want to look better in a particular bathing suit for a particular event. They want to run a 5K with their husband. You know, they don't want to have to wear a shirt at the pool. And they want to do an obstacle course race or a Spartan race. Like, these are the things that are going to identify feelings. They're going to make this person decide to undergo a lifestyle change, which is hopefully with your gym. So we need to explain our plan to help them. We all know it, but it's in this really boring jargon, blah, blah, blah way. We need to break that down into something that is quick, a bite-sized 7 words or less way to tell them that we're going to be able to take care of you and fix this problem. So here we go. This is all the shit that we're currently doing. Consults, PT first, group classes, nutrition, whatever it may be. We know what that is. This is not sexy marketing language. This is boring. What we need to go ahead is make them think that we have this new idea, something they have never heard of. That's why I came up with Day 1 for Urban Movement. For all you fucks that have stolen it, the reason I came up with that is because it sounded different than consultation. It gave me an opportunity for someone to say, huh, Day 1, that's pretty neat, tell me more. Now, bringing it down to their level, this is where we don't use jargon. For the CrossFit gyms out there, quit saying constantly varied functional movements. Quit talking about gymnastics and Olympic weightlifting and monostructural. superficial. These are terms that nobody gives a fuck about. You need to keep it brief. We talk too much. Keep this to 7 words or less. Now we need to describe a successful ending to their journey. Most of the time, this successful ending, it ties back to the problem, but we can't just say, oh, your problem was to get fit for summer so you could be in the bathing suit. My day 1 fixes that. Now you're fit for summer in your bathing suit. That's not going to work. We need to describe this to them in very vivid imagery. We need to make it the core focus of our business. If you were near the ocean, one of the things you would be advertising, in my opinion, is that we get people the best bathing suit selfie. Like, if that was a problem you identify with, that people were not happy with the selfies they were taking of them in their bathing suits, we would go forward with a marketing campaign somewhat centered around getting you the perfect bathing suit selfie. We need that vivid imagery. We need them to be able to visualize it. We also need to focus on what they want versus what they need. So many times we're focused on the client needs this. Well, guess what? People don't always buy what they need. They buy what they want. All right, so I'm gonna take that same exact framework and use it hypothetically for how I might advertise our Sweat Social, which is an event we throw monthly here at Urban Movement in order to generate new member leads. All right, so the first thing I did is I went ahead and I identified the customer's problem. Transplants to Charlotte want to get fit and meet new people. Charlotte's a very busy, growing city. A lot of people that move here don't have any friends and don't know anybody. That is a problem my customer faces. Notice how specific the problem is. It's not generic, it's not general. It is very hyper-specific. Next, we need to explain the plan to help them. Hosting a monthly Sweat Social open to all new residents so that they can see what Charlotte has to offer and meet others like them. That sounds like a great thing if you're brand new to the city and you haven't met anybody. And then describe a successful ending to their story. They can found a workout they love, found a workout they love, and people they love hanging out with. All right, we'll fix that in the copy. But you can see how this solution, this ending here, is the fix to the pain point up here. Now, here's what the ad would look like. Here's what the creative and the copy on Instagram or Facebook would look like. Being new to Charlotte, finding the right gym and making new friends can be challenging. We host a monthly Sweat Social for all new residents where you'll get in a great workout with others who are new to the city. You'll find a workout you love and people you love to hang out with. It's seriously that easy. Think of a hyper-specific problem. What is your plan to fix it? And then describe that successful ending. Notice how at the end there we talked about meeting people you love to hang out with. Because that's it. That's what the language that our average prospect would use. If you asked why are those people your friends, they'd say, well, I love hanging out with them. You have to break this down into the communication language, into the realm that your prospect is thinking of. Don't write it like a trainer. Don't write it like a gym owner. Write it in the language of the person who's going to read it, of the person you want to become a customer.
All right, bye-bye.
Who's that?
She is looking for a CrossFit gym, but she's never actually done CrossFit, so she doesn't really know what that means. So she is coming in tomorrow. She just wants to talk first. She doesn't want to try a class tomorrow. She just wants to talk and understand what the different things that we offer and basically have a consultation without her doing a class tomorrow.
So she's looking for a CrossFit gym but hasn't done one yet.
Correct.
So we just
doesn't really know what that means.
Just write the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to set up some context for the scene. This is from the podcast, the second episode of I May Be Wrong, But I Doubt It that I shot yesterday. And we get into professionalism, but one of the things we really dial into is the difference between having a job and having a business. And I've got nothing but love for those of you guys who still have jobs. They're not real businesses yet. You're working on growing them into businesses. But I want to make sure everyone realizes that every day you go in there when you're working the job, it is to get the fuck out of that role, because eventually you're going to have an office space moment where you're going to just lose your shit. And then that is where you hear gym owners burning out, selling the business, getting divorced, all this crazy shit. Please, when you have a job that's okay, I had a job in the beginning, but every day you need to be walking in there and working towards making it an actual business that stands on its own 2 legs, its big boy pants, and gets the shit done without you. So like one of the things we'll pick on for the topic of this, guys, today is I want to talk about this idea of like, again, there's always someone, it's me, anybody, whatever, that's constantly holding their own standard of professionalism. And then when someone else posts saying that's not a professional way to do it, right? And so I think the overarching topic today is talking professionalism. Like, what the fuck does that mean? At the end of the day, I define professionalism as if my client expects X, do I meet it at a bare minimum and do I exceed it? If it's someone who watches a What the Fuck Gym Talk vlog, am I educating them and making them laugh and entertaining them? If I can achieve that, then that was me being professional. If I'm a CrossFit gym and my clients love coming in and petting Fido, the gym dog, and that is what they expect, then I need to meet and then exceed that expectation.
But I think a lot of affiliate owners, if they're listening, they shouldn't feel bad that they have a good job.
I agree. I want to go on the record. I'm very much of that opinion that there's a difference between a business and a job, but I will never ever talk down to somebody who has a job. That's what the fuck Gym Talk is. This is a job. Without me, this thing doesn't exist. I love being in the job, and then I want to move on to the next. If someone is complaining about their job, I'd like to get paid more, I'd like to work less, I would like to have someone else to share the burden with, instead of this part-time coach who tells me 6 hours before his coaching shift that he can't coach for me because he has to take his girlfriend out to go fucking see the new Star Wars. Like, those are things I'm like, well then listen, fuckface, you probably should think more about it as a business.